room. This is the play that just occurred.
That's like she tries to slide over right there, and Hartley just kind of falls and makes collision with that lower leg. You see her immediately grab it. And she went down hard and was clearly in a lot of pain.
Sophie Cunningham went down after a brutal knee collision, and many fans, including Sophie's own family, immediately called out the officiating for failing to protect players. To them, this was just the latest chapter in a disturbing pattern. The dangerous groin hit that sidelined Caitlin Clark, the infamous eye poke from J.C. Shelton, and the reckless foul by Marina Mabrey. It feels like every matchup with the Sun leaves someone on the fever hurt, and frustration is boiling over. But instead of collapsing, Indiana fought back. Behind Kelsey Mitchell's career-high 38 points, Odyssey Sims stepping up on a hardship deal, and Lexie Hull's clutch three, the Fever stormed to a 99-93 overtime comeback win no one saw coming. The real question is how this team managed to turn it around after such a disastrous first half. If you support Sophie and the Fever, drop a comment below wishing her a speedy recovery. Let's go.
Shot clock down to 6 for the Fever. Turner, up fade. Turner kicks it. Hull three-pointer. Bottom!
Indiana,
7 on the shot clock, 25 seconds in regulation.
they gotta get to the rim.
Charles has to hoist and connects. Wow. The Indiana Fever prove their resiliency.
Fever dub! Bow, bow, bow! Dub in the chat. Yeah. And the win goal!
For Indiana, the problem started long before the opening tip. The Fever entered this game without all three of their true point guards. Caitlin Clark was still sidelined with the groin injury she suffered in mid-July, Sydney Coulson was out with a torn ACL, and Aria McDonald was recovering from a broken foot. That left the roster without a natural floor general, forcing coach Stephanie White to completely rethink how her team would function offensively. Instead of polishing sets for the postseason like most squads this late in the year, Indiana had to narrow the playbook and rely on simplified actions that wouldn't overwhelm players being asked to handle the ball outside their usual roles.
After Phoenix, it was a quick turnaround to figure out, how we're going to play without, Ari and Sid. And now we got to figure out how we're going to play without Soph. And we've got to figure out, who can play in certain roles. What are our substitution patterns going to be? What kind of wrinkles can we throw out there? It doesn't get easier. And I think we come back and have Minnesota twice. Right, so it's really good mentally, physically, and emotionally for us, and then it gives us practice time, which we're going to need.
The challenge only grew once the game began. Midway through the second quarter, Sophie Cunningham collided hard while battling under the rim and managed just about 10 minutes before she had to leave the floor for good. Her shooting and toughness had been central to White's patchwork rotation, and losing her meant the Fever were down not just bodies, but spacing, a core ingredient of their offense. Suddenly, roles expanded for players who weren't prepared to play heavy minutes, and White's staff was left juggling energy, matchups, and sheer survival. By halftime, rotations looked dangerously thin, and the Fever were forced to plug holes wherever they opened.
We got Sophie Cunningham writhing around in pain, definitely hurt, and Sophie's one tough cookie. If Sophie's kicking and screaming like this, no Will Farrell. She's in pain. We even have Connecticut Sun players. Look at that. Connecticut Sun players, Connecticut Sun training staff coming up to her as the Fever starts making their way down.
On paper, everything pointed toward a loss. Instead of collapsing, the team channeled the disarray, treating it as an opportunity to showcase grit. It was survival mode, but also a statement that reduced numbers didn't mean reduced resistance. What nobody in the arena realized at that point was that the hardest moment of the night hadn't yet arrived. It came next, when Cunningham's brutal collision not only altered Indiana's lineup but also reignited the fire surrounding how the game was being officiated.
Every day in our huddle, that's what we say together. And it's just more than words for us. I think when you see things happening, there's no other way. If you spread apart, the season goes down quicker than anything else. And we talk about with the injuries, people are probably expecting us to just fold, just like you said. And that's not us. We come in the locker room and we're motivated. We continue to be motivated every single time we step on that floor. At halftime, we're motivated, chip away. And that's our mindset. And just continue to uplift people. When one person goes down, we say it all the time, the next woman stands up. And that's really just been our motto and been what we've had to do a lot this season, and that's what we're just going to continue to do.
The defining moment came midway through the second quarter when Sophie Cunningham went down in one of the scariest scenes of the season. On a drive to the rim, Bria Hartley lost her balance and fell directly into Cunningham's right knee. The collision silenced the arena. Cunningham immediately clutched her knee, screaming as she crumpled to the floor. Unable to put weight on her leg, she had to be helped off by trainers, with the Fever later announcing she would undergo an MRI to determine the damage. No foul was called on the play, and that decision instantly ignited outrage both in the arena and online.
How does she magically lower her shoulder into Sophie Cunningham's legs? Can somebody please explain that to me? Can somebody please explain those physics? Again, don't want to hear it, because this is a dirty player.
Fans reacted instantly, many standing, waving at referees, and shouting for a stoppage as Cunningham writhed in pain under the basket. The game continued while she lay on the floor, and the sight fueled anger not just in the stands, but also among her teammates. Their starter had to be carried away, yet there was no whistle, no signal from the officials. After the game, Coach Stephanie White admitted that her first thought upon seeing Cunningham in such visible distress was blunt and unfiltered.
Do you have an update on Sophie?
Yeah.
Let's do more like MRI.
Yeah, MRI tomorrow.
Sorry, just quickly on something. I mean, what's going through your mind when you see her down like that, and you're jogging over there?
I'm like, holy shit. I mean, especially the way that she fell and, how she was holding herself and how much pain she was in. At the time, it's like crap. And then you go down there and you see her and it's like, okay, just want her to calm down and be able to regroup.
For most fans, this was more than an accident. Coming against the Sun, it felt like another addition to a troubling trend. Memories of previous collisions hung over the moment. J.C. Sheldon's eye poke on Caitlin Clark back in June, Marina Mabrey's hard foul that flattened Clark, and Sheldon's knee to Clark's groin on July 15th, the injury that has kept her sidelined for over a month. Many fans and commentators openly labeled those plays reckless and questioned why stronger disciplinary action hadn't been enforced. Against that backdrop, Cunningham's collapse didn't look like bad luck to them. It looked like another star made vulnerable in a pattern the league wasn't addressing.
Oh, and Cunningham is down. My goodness. Should be. Scary moment as we went to commercial. Sophie Cunningham hit the floor hard, and she is being helped off the floor, heading back to the locker room.
Bria Hartley deserves zero benefit of the doubt. And Sophie Cunningham's family not too happy. I believe this is Mama C. Hartley is a disgruntled player having trouble everywhere she goes. She's playing mean and plays out of control. Looked out of control to me. Maybe you should focus her sister. Maybe you should focus less on finding players for commenting on your poor officiating and more about hiring officials that are capable to call a consistent game and protect your athletes. Pathetic. Praying for you. The only good thing positive surrounding Sophie Cunningham coming out of this game, she looked in good spirits in the locker room.
I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of you too. Proud of you. I'm so proud of you guys. I know that sometimes it sounds like just a word when we talk about being resilient, but it's not, man. It's how we live. Yep. It's how y'all live, and it's a tribute to you. It's a tribute to your connectedness, your togetherness, your toughness, your mindset. You never give up gritty attitudes. Like, that's what it takes. That's what it takes. And
an assassin, Kelsey Mitchell, has a new career high. Backdoor Mitchell bouncing in the paint for two. Kelsey Mitchell, the big is matched up. Mitchell squeezing through for two at the foul. Fouls on the other end. It's Mitchell launching it and connecting. Your New England Ford dealers and the Ford Bronco family goat modes, the official SUVs of the Connecticut Sun. Mitchell connects.
Reading the defense and reckless closeout. So you have to make sure you let the shooter land here. Landing space needs to happen. Looks like Mitchell also clutching her leg here as well.
Regular close out review. If it is, it's going to be 2 to make 1. Okay, go take 1 in.
Kelsey, your second half, you get 34 of your points just now.
Damn!
The last after halftime, what took over you? How did you get it done on the floor?
I think it was more about what we did from a standpoint of like the mindset and the mentality from half to half. It sucked for me first half. It just wasn't, and I think that, it wasn't as well for our group, but the resiliency is true in our room. Seeing Soph go down and then knowing what happened with Sid and knowing what happened with Ari and then knowing what happened with Cece, it's like, I think a lot of it was just God and being able to like stay prepared and stay in your mental state to be able to compete. But I really think that that's the most resilient that we've ever been because of everything we've been through. So I think a lot of it you just tap into your team and you just love on your team, and I think great things can happen.
I don't even think there are any words. I mean, when you look at Kelsey's play and you look at what she means to the squad, coming out of that second half and going off the way that she did, I think it kind of speaks for her case in general. She comes out, she defends, she scores the ball, she plays 40 minutes a game, and it's just like, and she still consistently puts up these numbers. I feel like if she's not MVP, shoot.
MVP is crazy. I don't even think I thought about that.
That's cool.
In a low stance defensively, matched up with Mitchell. Fires up a 3. Kelsey Mitchell! Oh my! Mitchell comes back for it with 8. Sims, up fake, back out, Mitchell. Got Rivers in the air, Kelsey Mitchell again! You betcha! Wow!
We will never be counted out. Because that is worth gold. That is worth gold. Kels, goddamn baby. Put us on your back. Yep. Oh, big time.
Mabry knifes off the screen. Charles is doubled.
And Indiana looks like they're in a zone right now.
Kick out and stolen by Mitchell. Explodes 2-on-1. Sims elevates for 2 and a foul.
Bug with their point guards. This is where you have Odyssey Sims coming in. Kelsey Mitchell making a great heads-up play here, but Odyssey Sims has done a great job early on coming in.
Boston backs down Hartley. Aaliyah Boston, excellent post position. Picks up the dribble. Shot clock winding down to 7. Mabry, lob pass. Charles catches. No foul call. That's a huge no call. Looks for cutters. Charles the defense. Back on to Boston. Tina Charles. Backdoor Mitchell. Pouncing in the paint for 2. 30 points for Mitchell. That's the 4th on Charles.
Can't get caught ball watching right there. Great recognition by Boston as Mitchell makes that backdoor cut.
Shot clock down to 6 for the Fever. Turner, up fake. Turner kicks it. Whole 3-pointer. Bottom!
Indiana's just...
Circles back. Howard, assertive, 2 and the foul. Fever fans have come alive and a chance to make this a 1-possession game. Wow.
Freezing. You are the consummate professional. We love you. We appreciate you. You are huge. AB, point forward. And like, look, you can't underestimate what it means to have somebody like her who just does whatever we ask, right? Does whatever, everybody really. Lex, that was a huge toss your activity all day long, and that's what it's gonna take. Okay, that's what it's gonna take. We gotta play free. We gotta play with no pressure, but we fight. Live that resilience every day, and we will accomplish what we want to accomplish. Okay, come on. Yeah.